In this Learn Songs in Seconds, we're looking at 500 Miles, I'm Gonna Be by the Proclaimers. Now, legend has it that after a local derby match, by singing Glory Glory to the high bass from the very peak of Edinburgh Castle, with an accompanying harmony so beautifully blended and angelic that only twin brothers can produce, you might, just might, be able to coax a proclaimer out of their natural habitat of deepest darkest leaf. Sometimes you just see them kicking about the meadows. The aim here is to teach the song in a very short amount of time, so if it goes too fast you can always pause the video or move it back. So let's start the timer and get into learning the song. The intro to this song starts on an E major, a pretty common chord. If you don't know it, there's a little box up there. The rhythm we use here is this. So it goes like this, down, 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 up, down, up, down, down, down. What I'm doing is palm muting here to get that kind of chunky sound, so I'm using this kind of fleshy part of my hand rested near the bridge. You can experiment with how close to here or here you want the palm mute for a more choked sound. Next we're into the verse, which stays on the E chord and uses the same rhythm, so we're doing this. Next we move to an A major. Now you want to do two palm muted downstrokes on this, up to a B major, and another two downstrokes that are palm muted. If you struggle with the B major like this, you can also finger it like this, or you can just play these three strings here. You need to make sure you're not playing the other strings, or if you want to, what I quite often do is rest my first finger across these. I'm choking the ones I'm not holding down out, so you still just hear the B major triad. To wrap up the verse, we're back to the E and we go down, 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 up. So from the start of the verse we have this. Down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up. For verse 1, you play that 4-bar cycle 4 times, so it'd be 16 bars in total. For the chorus, I would just use the same strumming pattern as the verse, except play it open rather than muted. Again, we're starting off on the E, so the first 2 bars sound like this. Next we're up to the A, which is 4 downstrokes. Then we're up to the B again, and this time we're going to go down, 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 up. So from the start, the first chorus just plays that entire chord cycle twice, so that would be a total of 8 bars. In terms of the chords, verse 2 is exactly the same as verse 1, and chorus 2 is exactly the same as chorus 1, so we can skip over those. The post-chorus, or the dead-at bit as most people would know it, you can just play the same chords for the verse and do the same rhythm. This is one of the few tricky parts of the song here. After the post-chorus we go to a re-intro, but it's just half the length of the original. It's easier to play it than explain it, so you just go like this. That's it. Verse 3 is almost exactly the same as verse 2, except the last chord is a C sharp minor rather than an E major. To save a bit of time, and because you already know it, what I'll do is just go from the last 4 bars of that verse. So we have this. So you can see there it's gone to the C sharp minor, but it would have normally gone to the E. There's a little chord box up there for the C sharp minor. I quite often don't play that top string, I'll just play the 4 in the middle. After this we go to an A. Now the bass is playing an F sharp here, so in effect you have an A minor 7, and if you're playing guitar by yourself you might want to put this F sharp in. Quite a subtle difference, but somewhat noticeable. After that you've got a B7. After the B7 it rings out for another half bar, and then we get the re-intro again. So it goes like this. Now you could change the rhythm there to help the dynamics and drive the song a bit more, so I'd suggest doing something like this. So what you notice I did is kind of release the palm mute as I was building the chord to bring the tension up a bit. Play that build up all downs or downs and ups, it's totally up to you. I find it easier doing downs because it's easier to keep it consistent. You can also get more of a drive, so I'd opt for that. Just to clear up any potential confusion about that, I'll do a quick demo, going from exactly the same place, the last 4 bars of that 3rd verse. After this, the next chorus is the same as the chorus before, but our post-chorus is a double post-chorus. After this we're back to a normal chorus. Now if you want to be really accurate you can actually change the last 4 bars a little bit. There's an organ in the recording that kind of implies a slightly different chord progression than what people would normally play. So to show you, it goes like this. So to slow that down, what I'm doing is the E is the same as before, the A is the same as before. When we get to the B, what we're doing is playing that twice, right? Down to the A, back up to the B, landing on the E. So it goes like this. Your strumming there would just be all downs, so you'd be down, down. And with that last chord, if you kind of do it a bit more slowly, so instead of strumming it like that, let your plectrum run across the strings, it creates it kind of nicer.
320 seconds, or 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Maybe not as good as our previous song, but let's face it, 142 seconds is perhaps an unbeatable time. To be fair, there were those rhythmic changes in the jazz chords. I mean, pretty much anything with a 7 after it counts as jazz, right? Anyway, not a bad effort to say the least.
As well as writing down the chord progressions and strumming pattern used, it's often quite useful to have an overall structure sheet, so you could do something that looks a bit like this. Now to recap that, we've got the intro, verse, chorus, chorus, post-chorus, re-intro, verse 3, straight into the bridge, re-intro, chorus, post-chorus, chorus, with a slight variation. So that's why I put variation in brackets behind that chorus. You'll also notice the re-intros that are half in length, I've made a note of that as well. Similarly, anything that's double. Now while you don't really want to have to rely on this sheet, doing something like this can often help it stick in your memory. It's something that definitely helps me. Cool! As always, hopefully this video has been useful to you guys and you've taken something away from it. If you enjoy the content of this channel, please consider to like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel so inclined. Cheers.